Being a full-time student is no easy job. Just ask Ryan Markowitz. As a senior graduating in May, he's in the process of completing a biology major while also being a dedicated member of the club's swim team. But on top of all that, the little free time he has goes to working to reach the pinnacle of his sport, to make it to the swimming Olympic trials.
The son of a military family, his love for swimming started in Japan, but it was when his family moved to the States and enrolled him in Swim Mac, Carolina, that his passion really took off. He started swimming competitively when he was 8 and stayed on the same team for 10 years.
And even before I started swimming competitively, I loved being in the pool. I was always happy.
And it was this happiness that led Markowitz to swim at Middlebury College, but the experience wasn't what he expected. Markowitz said he felt ostracized by the other members of the team and left the school after 2 years. So when he transferred to Elon, the swimmer decided to step away from the pool.
It took about 2.5 years before I really started to feel that call again. It was the sport I loved. I just needed some time away from it to really realize.
Markowitz joined the club team after his first year at Elon, when he regained his joy for the sport. This reawakening has led him to attempt to qualify for the 2016 time trials for the Rio de Janeiro Olympic Games. But this isn't Markowitz's first time making a splash. When he was 17, he just missed the trials cut.
You get to that race, and in long distance, you lose by 3 seconds.
It was a little disappointing, but I mean, I got over it pretty fast because it was just like, I had a fantastic race, placed 4th in the country for 18 and unders, and I'll take that.
But don't let the laughter fool you. In the heat of the moment, Markowitz knows he can't lose focus or worry about any of the other swimmers.
You swim your own race. Of course, you want to be competitive with other people, and if there's somebody right next to you, you want to beat them, but at the same time, especially with something like a distance race, it's very much like you got to lock into your own lane and just do your thing.
And now he's working harder than ever to reach his goal. Markowitz trains 7 days a week, going through a rigorous routine without the help or presence of a coach by his side.
It's difficult training because I'm training by myself. I come in at 4 o'clock every day and swim on my own and do my own workout. And that's not easy because it's hard to motivate yourself to do crazy things.
This independent dedication and drive sets him apart from others on the club swim team, and they'll be the first to tell you that.
When you're swimming in front of him, you kind of feel like you're about to be bulldozed by a submarine. He's like pretty fast and intimidating.
He's in here every day, all the time. It's staggering, the amount of work he does.
Markowitz dives in at 4 p.m. and then goes to work.
Usually spend about 15-20 minutes just warming up, and then once that happens, I mean, I've usually got anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour to get in my main set, because once 5:30 rolls around, that's when swim club comes, and once swim club comes, I do what swim club does.
So how long is that practice then?
It's another hour and a half.
So how long are you in the pool for?
I'm here for about 3 hours a day.
We caught up with Ryan during what he calls a recovery week. Today, he's trying out some new drills, training his body to move with perfect technique, even while physically exhausted.
Because I feel like if I can do it while I'm tired, I should be able to do it when I'm fresh.
One of Markowitz's best events is a 200-meter freestyle, which is 4 lengths of an Olympic-sized pool. If you walk from West End Station to McEwen, you'd be walking the same distance. That may not seem far, but imagine doing that in a pool in less than 2 minutes. Now walk a bit further to Alamance, and that's how far the 400-meter is, which is Markowitz's other event. If you want to match Ryan's pace, that would take you 4 minutes. Ryan invited us to one of his personal time trials where he put his skills to the test. The number he was reaching for, a 145 in the 200 free.
So you did a 149.27. Well, that's that.
Markowitz's times are not at Olympic trial pace just yet, and he knows he can't afford to take any breaks.
If you're thinking of skipping a workout, think about the person that's not skipping that workout and where they're going to be a day from now, and they're going to be a day ahead of you.
Few people truly understand what it will take for Ryan to achieve his goals. Sue Walsh is one of them. At age 18, she had a laundry list of accomplishments most swimmers would envy. She was the world record holder in the 100-meter backstroke, a member of the United States Olympic swim team, and an NCAA record holder.
Has never lost an NCAA backstroke race. Right at the wall, Sue Walsh with a comeback, the streak unbroken.
It's the 2 times per day, and then there's the strength and conditioning, and then there's the nutrition, and just really taking care of your body all around. It is an individual sport such that if you're having a bad day, there's no one else that can pick up the slack.
Walsh's dreams sank when the United States boycotted the 1980 Moscow Games under President Jimmy Carter after the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan. Walsh tried for the 1984 Games, but missed making the team by less than a blink of an eye, 100th of a second.
That was a tough thing to swallow. I do remember my dad coming down from the stands and just giving me a big hug and telling me that I was still someone special to him, and that meant a whole lot.
And when we asked Walsh about Markowitz's aspirations, all without the guidance of a coach, she was impressed.
For someone who's able to put their mind to it, it's got to be very satisfying to be able to do all that without sort of the immediate support.
Walsh and Markowitz share a desire, an urge to compete at the highest level. And Markowitz, though optimistic about his dreams, is realistic in his ability to achieve them.
It's definitely a reach, and I mean, life comes at you fast, and I'm going to be out in the real world pretty soon, and who knows what's going to happen in the next 3 years, so, but I'm not going to let that stop me.
And even if his hard work doesn't pay off come Olympic trials, Markowitz isn't worried. He has a plan B. Markowitz has another love, coaching. He spent his summer at the swim club where he honed his skills, teaching the next superstars of swimming.
By the end of the summer, I didn't want to leave.
Markowitz doesn't just save his coaching talent for up-and-comers. He also helps students on campus fine-tune their own swimming strengths by creating specialized workouts.
I definitely take pride in my own workouts that I write, and the ones that I feel like are really good, and I'll save them and I'll use them with athletes back home.
Post-graduation, Markowitz will come full circle, coaching full-time for his childhood swim club. And although his dream is to compete amongst the best of the best,
when it comes down to it, I would rather one of my athletes get there than me. And if that meant that I had to sacrifice my dream for theirs, I think I'm at a stage in my career and in my life where I'm okay with that.